Yeah. Okay. Here is ye old introduction.
The one-eyed whores were finished, but Dexter's work was not done. There were more artifacts to collect, knowledge to find, and places to research. But a new arrival brought something new to the table. An elf named Eredwin, from the isolated elven home of Cerwyn Ithil, found the others after their trial along the seabend. He was Valen's cousin. Valen was the elf known as Cinderheart. Eredwin's task was monumental in scope. His home was dying, and he had to find a cure. Dexter was happy to give Eredwin some advice on where he might find such knowledge. He could seek the Wizard's Tower, Tarathan, in Uthal Ungal, or travel far to the west near Dexter's homeland. There, a place called the Cathedral stored a vast wealth of scholarly knowledge. Neither was particularly enticing. But perhaps in their search for lost artifacts, Eredwin might find what he seeks. With a pact struck between Dexter, Cinderheart, Yuzan, Conrad, Eredwin, and Jenny, with Bastien agreeing on his sickbed, the group were determined to work together. For knowledge, for money, and for their own secret desires. And money came first. They would need it for their travels. Floodmere hosted a logging operation on the south side of the Witherwood, and that operation had been brought to a standstill. Wolves harassed loggers, injuring at least one before the men took their leave, and requested that the sheriff of Floodmere do something. His response was to post a job for would-be mercenaries possessing a bold temperament and a strong sword arm. Of course, our band took up the task, outfitting themselves from the bandit loot, and preparing for their short 2-day journey to the outskirts of the Witherwood.
All right. So I'm just going to switch over to the map just so we get our bearings before we start role-playing and such. 1 second. Okay, so if you go to... So here is your travel token. This is a full party travel token because everybody's here. And the logging camp is this POI right here. So you can kind of see it if you zoom way in. But yeah, it's right there. Basically, one hex is 10 mile on foot, and it takes 10 miles per stretch, and so you can technically you're supposed to move 2 stretches in a day, then sleep. You can there are four total stretches in a day. You can push it, but there's some serious negative consequences to that. But by a normal route, you would take 2 days to get there. And the thing is, because you can follow the coast, there's no need for a pathfinder, so you can't lose your way. But otherwise, all the camping stuff will come into effect. So back to it. Back to the thing. Where is it? Okay, Kings Lake. There we go. So the plan was to meet early in the morning. It is 6:57 a.m. or something along those lines. You wake up, and not unlike this area, it is drizzling above you, coming a little less heavy than this rain shows, but some of you stayed in the local flop house, if you will. That would be Eredwin, Conrad, Jenny, and Yusan trying to save some coin, whereas Cinderheart and Bastien rented private rooms for themselves. When Erdwin, Yusan, Ginny, and Conrad awake, they notice they did not get a lot of sleep. They feel pretty tired, and Ginny packs up her small pack and makes sure, like, puts her belt on with the two small sheaths with the knives, and looks over to Yusan and just shakes her head as she steps out of the doorway into the rain. And you were planning on meeting at this well before you take off. The day before, you had equipped yourself and bought a bunch of stuff, preparing for the journey and the more journeys to come. And so you are ready, and you head out into the square. And I'll let anyone start that want to. What was their night like? What's the morning like? How they feel? That sort of thing.
Eridwin yawns and stretches and tries to rub his bleary eyes, and then he realizes he looks a complete mess. So he, with a couple of kind of gestures, he sorts out, he cleans and rearranges his clothing, and then another few words and a gesture, and he makes his hair look perfect. He still looks bleary-eyed, but otherwise immaculate. And trying not to show how frustrated he is with Yusan, he makes his way out into the common room of the inn.
Yusan wakes in similar fashion, and as he opens his eyes, he hears that pitter patter of rainfall on the thatched tile roof of the inn, and he realized he didn't sleep well either, but he attributes it to the very cramped cot that he was sleeping in. That's only half as long as it needs to be and only a quarter of wide as it needs to be. And as he sits up, he realizes maybe that he doesn't stink, but this place does. It's that stale air that doesn't move, probably even more made heavy and mildewy and pregnant with humidity because of the rain outside. And so it just doesn't feel very refreshing as Yusan wakes and his feet hit the floor after he hops down from his bunk, and he walks outside on the porch where Eridwin is, and he looks at the elf. He says, "Master Elf, you slept as poorly as I. We have a long road ahead of us."
Yes, we rather do, don't we? It seemed to me that you were sleeping most deeply, Yusan. And he gives a rather brittle smile, and then kind of remembers himself and sort of says, "But I'm sad to hear it wasn't as sound a sleep as I hoped."
I was fearful that I snored and that I woke the entire house. I have been known to do such things.
Oh, have
My
you?
mother used to joke that is the reason that I have became an Usai-Ka, one of the outcasts, because of my snoring. But it is good to know that was not the case last night. You are an honest friend, Eridwin.
Eridwin, who hasn't actually said anything either way, yet it just kind of smiles politely and says, "Well, far be it from me to comment on anyone's sleeping habits," and says, "We should perhaps find ourselves a little breakfast." And he kind of looks around. Is there anywhere in the kind of selling any food? I guess maybe the place we've been in is selling something.
You'd see Cinderheart already has a table. He's all bright-eyed and bushy-tail, often eating some breakfast already. And he sees you two, and he flags you in, flags you down.
Okay, we'll go back in and sit down. And cousin, you look well.
I should. I had a nice bath this morning. Slept great.
Ah, I'm so glad. I
Yes,
think
you look.
a private room was perhaps the best idea.
Yes, there's all sorts of matters of people that sleeps in those dormitories, even the hangovers. But in the right private room, it's quiet, comfortable.
I will bear that in mind for the future, when I have the coin for it. But sadly, we must live according to our means, and I am already living beyond my means and on your generosity, cousin, so we must make do.
Yeah.
And he's smiling and speaking politely, but Cinderheart, who knows him quite well, knows he looks really pissed off.
I can't have my cousin traipsing around the world and, well, rags and not ready to meet it. Out here, it's a little rougher than what you're used to with the meadows and the trees.
That it is, cousin, that it is. But still. And he looks across at Cinderheart's breakfast and kind of lowers his voice and said, Did she wash her hands this time?
Well, the trick is you don't look.
Oh, I see. I will try to bear that in mind, cousin. Thank you.
Yes. If you're looking for the bad things in food, you will find it in food. This isn't some glade where you're picking fresh apples. Even then they have worms. Here it's different. Humans don't worry themselves with constant hand washing and bathing.
That I have noticed. You-san, there you are. Please do join us.
Are you back at? Are you saying you're back at the inn?
Yeah, we went outside. Now we've gone back in just to have something to eat.
Yeah, Jenny would grumble and says, "I thought we were making off now, not throwing our boots up and having breakfast. Should have been done by now."
We can't leave without eating, surely.
There's always time for breakfast when you get up early enough. As he slides his finished plate away.
Perhaps I'll get some food for the road. And he says, yes, perhaps there's a baker who's just finished baking. Bread would still be hot. He figures if the bread's still hot, it should be fairly clean. So yeah, he goes out to find a baker.
Conrad and Bastian, what are you guys up to?
So if memory serves, Conrad slept like crap, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Yep. So Conrad has spent a life on the road in various barracks dormitories, and he thought he was used to, snoring in noisy areas. But last night was something else, and whatever it was, perhaps it was, a new noise or a new monotonous snore he wasn't used to, but he slept horribly. And he wakes up, and there's, on his bald head, there's droplets, and his mustache is soaked through from the rain, and his eyes are bloodshot and watery from a rough night, and you can tell he's not in the best of mood as he sees Bastian and kind of asks, "Oh, how are you feeling, friend?"
Bastian woke up kind of early, and he's been practicing with his new blade, the broadsword that he picked up, and trying to get its weight, get used to it and everything. So he's kind of sweaty from swinging it around and everything. And he turns to Conrad and says, I'm doing quite well today. Thank you for asking. And did you sleep well?
That was one of the worst nights I've had in a long time, and I was on that ship for quite a while to get here.
Oh, yes. That was a terrible journey. I have already heard that your son, he snores rather loudly.
If that's the case, I'm gonna have to buy some beeswax or something and heat it up and put it in my ears at night.
Well, I suppose one more thing that we will have to get used to with our new friends.
Indeed. Do you see where they went?
I saw them outside for a moment, and then he points over to the tavern. He says, I believe Jenny went inside to get them.
Well, I suppose a drink and some smoked fish or something to fill our bellies before we get on the road is in order.
Aye. Let us go see what the others are up to.
Yeah, instead of getting going, you go into the tavern. Let me switch over.
He sees Cinderheart and Erdogan kind of sitting at a table and kind of goes over to him, kind of wipes excess water off his scalp. Gentlemen, when do we plan to leave?
Actually, Erid, when you meet him halfway to the door, he's busy. He's saying, "Oh, I was just heading off to see if I could grab some bread to eat on the road with my hands. Won't that be refreshing? Look at us." Yes. So I thought I'd get some nice fresh hot bread, which I would eat on the road with my hands. Awesome, wonderful, thank you. And I'll see you in a moment. And he walks out.
Conrad's eyes kind of like narrow at him like, ooh, look at the fancy boy using silverware. Kind of like goes over to Cinderheart and goes, what's with your cousin there?
He has a problem with the way Julia prepares the food, I guess. Something about the fingers and touching.
Best not to think about where those fingers have been.
No, I told him, you start looking for problems with your food here, you're gonna find it.
You see, Conrad gets where I'm coming from.
If he's worried about where Julia's fingers have been, I hope he never shakes hands with Bastian.
Or the or the baker, for that matter. He was just in there with Julia. And Cinderheart was already finished his meal, stands up. Well, guess we should head outside. Y'all look worse for wear.
It is not going to be an enjoyable day. A rough night's sleep. Rain is not a good omen to the start of this journey, that I will tell you.
Well, maybe once we start to move in, it'll clear up. Perhaps we're just camping in the rain today.
Well,
You hear a voice from the door as Eridrin walks out and go, "Oh, wonderful! It's raining too. Oh, well, lovely, lovely, just lovely. Everything's wonderful."
Bastion throws 3 silver on the table to get a meal for the day.
Yeah, if you guys want, you can pay 3 silver for a meal at the tavern instead of spending your ration for today. That is completely up to you. If you do it, just deduct your own silver. I'm not gonna be checking on you, but
You
just
better be counting those coppers.
yeah, just do it. If you don't, let me know.
I took care of it.
He also takes his hat off when he walks over to Jenny. Is she in there right now?
Roll a d6. 1 through 4, she's there. It's early.
Well, she came in and yelled at us.
She's there. She's sitting.
he
She's
takes
sitting at the bar, basically, not really waiting on anybody currently. She has a mug of ale in her hand and basically eating.
I think he said Jenny,
loaf
not
of bread.
Julia.
Jenny, not
Jenny!
Julia.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I thought you said Julie. Yes, Jenny is there definitely. Sorry.
Oh,
Jenny,
yeah.
Jenny Skinny Bottom, not Julia Fat
Yeah.
Bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny. When he throws the 3 silver down and he buys the meal, he'll take his hat off, and put it to his chest and like look like seriously, sad for a moment and say, I never did express my condolences. Jenny, I am so sorry about your brother.
Aye, it was a terrible thing. But now it's done. I'd rather not keep rehashing it. We all die sooner or later, and in this business, sooner usually.
Indeed.
But I thank you for your words anyway.
I still owe you one. He puts his hat back on.
We'll see if you can repay it by watching my back. Here, we got some wolves to kill.
Yeah.
He puts his hat on and he grabs his food and starts to make his way towards the door.
Yeah, Cinderhair will stand up and start making his way to the door as well, having already eaten.
She says, I hope you keep your bowstring dry for this trip. Best to shoot the wolves, I would say, instead of hunting them down with... She just looks at her belt. Knives and swords.
Oh, is she talking to me?
Yeah, you and in general.
Yeah. He says, I'll try to use my bow.
Guess we'll see how it goes.
Perhaps we can get some nice wolf pelts to sell and trade here.
She nods. And the coin's good too from the town. Enough to keep us going for a while, I'd say.
Is there a good sword maker in that town here?
Doubtful. Might need to go to Mander's Reach. Has you been there? Oh, I guess not. You found you half dead on the beach? No, Mander's Reach is the biggest town in the area. Off west. Probably find something there.
Excellent. Perhaps our travels will take us there.
Maybe. Dexter's working on some things, I think. For now, we just fill in our pockets with coin.
Where is I wasn't available for that. How far away is this wolf thing? I guess he'd do it in character.
2 days. I showed the map. It's 2 days. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So you guys head out. Anything else you want to do in town before we leave?
Yeah.
Nothing for me.
Okay.
Do we keep track of arrows in this?
No,
or-
I do not believe so. It's not something that tracks. All right. So, you are already tired. There's 4 shifts in a day, like I was explaining. You can travel without penalty for 2 shifts normally, but you're tired. So, and you've decided to go. You're not going to sleep another day or anything. It sounds like you could if you wanted. But so when you set out, you each need to roll, or we can just do one roll just to make it easy, a d6, and that d6 will subtract willpower points. You will subtract that many willpower points. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so we'll use that. Everybody subtract 5 willpower points as you grow
You're welcome.
tired. Yes, great roll.
Yusan, as we head into the rain, he's a tall man, but it's almost as if the mud is up to his knees. He smells that kind of foul, rotting smell of detritus as the king's lake waves kind of lap on the shore to their right. And the first several hours, the rain does not relent, and it batters down on Yusan's pate, and he thinks to himself, "Why me? Why was I bound to suffer? Why am I the one with the broadest shoulders, made to carry the tent, made to carry the kitchen, made to carry the pots, made to carry the pans? Oh, such is my lot. Such is my lot." And he just becomes dejected.
And it doesn't help that just in the middle of him thinking that, Eridwen comes past him and with a sort of brittle smile sort of goes, "Carrying the tent? Wonderful. Good job. Thank you." And just walks past.
Yeah, Sim, not you. You don't have to reduce your willpower. You didn't
Oh.
sleep. You didn't sleep in the dormitory, so you're fine.
Yeah, let me just put that back up there then.
Yeah. But everybody else, including Jenny.
I was just feigning. That way everybody felt like I belonged.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
rough.
nice.
So, all right, yeah. So if you didn't make that trip, then you're fine. Or if you did not sleep in the dormitory, you're fine. Everybody else is tired. Let me um, so you travel. You head out, and you travel 10 miles on foot. So now it is just after noon. Let's see what the rain is going to be. And it clears up. It stops raining, so that's nice. And luckily, let's see. Let's get something going on here. Delete that. Okay, good. All right, so you are now outside of Floodmere, heading up the coast. Getting very tired. It's only noon, but you're really, really struggling. You could camp early. You can try to push through it. It's up to you entirely.
Yeah, Cinderheart would keep encouraging everybody to keep moving. Camping at noon gives us nowhere fast.
We push through. We all sleep in our own tents at an even spacing and get a good night's rest. Has the rain let up or anything? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
it's clear. It's
Clear now. Okay.
it cleared out. Yep. So okay. If that's what we're gonna do, roll. Well, the first thing, let's just roll. Yeah. Roll. Well, let's see. Hold on one second. Let me look at something. Well, everybody does need to roll. Well, who's gonna roll the d6 for willpower? Because you're gonna lose willpower.
Not me
again.
this time.
Who would like to take that
I'll
shot?
give it a try. You do it. Okay.
Oh,
There
that's
we
a
go.
good roll.
Nice.
So everybody
This is-
reduce one. I don't think
This
that
is
takes
everybody?
anybody. No. Bastion and Cinderheart do not reduce theirs because they aren't tired. So everybody else though reduce it by one. I don't think that takes anybody to 0. So you're still good. Open. Thank you. But yeah. So now it is. Now it's getting late, and let's see how the weather is.
To set up the tents.
Yeah, it's still clear, but it is getting late, and at this point, you're really kind of forced to stop. It's getting dark, even though you're following the coast. You follow the coast around the bend of the lake, and it's a pleasant afternoon. Um, but yeah, you probably start looking for a place to camp, and basically I need a bushcraft roll from someone. Only one person needs to make the bushcraft roll because you have tents, but somebody
Who's good at?
does. So the
Can
two
I
people
aid?
that
Can I aid somebody? Let's see.
um, how does that work?
I only got a 5.
I
Yeah.
can try that.
So Cinderheart and Erdwin have the best. Just hold on one. Let me see about the aiding part. See if there's a way to do that.
Yeah, Eridwin will be keen to do it because he wants to prove his worth, which probably means I'm going to roll terribly.
Of course. Just one second.
Yeah, that's right. If you don't use it, you can't advance.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, that's true.
Help from others.
Which
Yeah.
I like.
Somebody can help, and or we can just say it's a group effort. But you would get a boon on your roll, on your bushcraft roll.
Okay, cool. Let me see if I can do that. Boon 1.
So you do find a decent place to set up camp. It is protected from the wind off the lake. You're kind of down in a bit of a gully, and there's some trees there, and it's a pretty nice area, and you're going to be able to set up camp there with no problem. So you make
Awesome.
camp. So, and tents, small tent. Okay, you have a big tent. Um, okay, so what's it look like as you set up camp and overnight somebody's going to have to. There are 2 shifts remaining, and so but someone's going to have to probably keep watch at least that end shift and sleep a different shift.
Are we near the shore?
Yes, you're right along the coast. Yes.
Can I try to go hunting when they're setting camp up?
You can, yes.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to take the first watch while I fished.
That would be kind of distracting, but yeah, you can do that. So hunting requires a ranged weapon or a hunting trap. So what do you guys want to do? Just to let me know here.
I got a crossbow. I'll go hunting.
I'll go fishing with my fishing pole.
Cinderheart will forage while they're setting up tents. Well, they're setting up the tent
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
Yeah, he'll help get everything set up, and then he will probably get a fire going.
Jenny is happy. She says, I'm going to, once the tent is set up, she says, I'll sleep now and take watch overnight.
And Eridwin smiles and says, excellent, excellent. What a wonderful idea.
Yeah, and she just like disappears into the tent. She's exhausted. Okay, now remember you can push the rolls if you want and give yourself conditions to do so. Remember to pick the one you actually want if you want to push it. Valen, you did succeed in your bushcraft roll.
I found 1 ration.
Well, hey, that's not bad. Add it to your list. So, what did you find out there to eat?
Berries and mushrooms, acorns, the typical lot stuff that laying all over the ground that the animals would eat. Valen kind of making his way through, not forgetting some of his craft that he was taught.
Such things are only fits for elves to eat. They are not real sustenance for a man of the mountains.
Did you push that bastion? Is that what
I
happened?
pushed. Yeah, I pushed my hunting and rolled a fucking nat 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
You're out with
That's
your
good though. That means you
crossbow.
get to try
I
to
killed.
improve it.
I killed the Bayman.
You're out with your crossbow, and looking for something to shoot. And this is kind of an odd area to be hunting because there's not really much around here. Wait. What are you doing? You're
sorry.
increasing.
I was clicking stuff on my carrot sheet, and I think accidentally increased it. I'm going to
Okay.
take it back
Okay.
in.
Okay. So um, there's not much out here, right? On the coast, and you kind of look down at the string on your crossbow, and it is just frayed and wet, and it's gonna take a long time to dry out.
Nice.
So it is. It's basically broken currently. You can't use it. So let me. I can believe I can set that on your sheet.
And I chose disheartened. Yeah, so he's disheartened by this loss of his crossbow.
That makes sense. So broken. I said it is broken, so it will need to be fixed. All right. So, and you cannot equip all the short swords. I'm gonna take it off because it does increase your encumbrance. Same with the crossbow. So those are taken off your equipped list. So yeah, as you kind of pack down for the night, I actually have a scene for this. I should switch over to it. What are you guys doing? Just give me any role play you want to do. Feel free.
I caught nothing. He comes back all pissed off and disheartened.
Yusan returns as well and says, I as well am empty-handed, my southern friend. Ah, let us sit down here next to this fire. As the sun sets, we will cast our gaze above. As the stars come out, I will tell you tales of our people. Perhaps we will drift off to sleep, and our hearts will rest easier than the night before.
Cinderheart would come back into camp. He'll have a sack full of different forest edibles, and he'll toss it on Jenny's lap.
Give me some of those edibles.
She's asleep, but
Oh, she's asleep.
yeah, she's asleep.
He'll still toss it. He didn't see her eat nothing. He just drink beer, so he'll just set it with her. Because that way she could have it in the morning or whenever. And he'll walk into camp. So, how's everybody's luck? Do you all have meat to eat and fish to smoke?
And as he says this, he notices that Eridwin's already just fallen asleep. He's sort of sat down, and then he kind of stretched out, and he's just fallen asleep on the ground.
I must be honest. I've not had much luck in this country.
I'm sure it'll get better. After all, how long have you been in this country?
Out of character, how much time has passed? Estimated.
It has. I can tell you exactly. I think it's been 6 days. 6 or 7.
Well,
Probably longer than that actually for you. Probably 2 weeks. Because you
Okay,
had to
yeah.
travel up to Floodmere on foot.
Yeah. He'll say, not quite yet a month. Huh?
And already you're disheartened?
Hmm.
Try harder, my friend. It'll get better. Wink at him.
That is good advice, Just do better.
Just do better.
Just get a better crossbow.
Practice more. Keep her protected from the rain. Bows are finicky.
Get a better sword. Small steps. Small steps. It was only a few weeks ago that we washed up on the shores.
Yes. You and Conrad.
As you look over, Yusan is kind of passed out, like next to the fire, asleep.
I thought you son was supposed to take the first watch.
Tet, is it you that keeps like speaking as all of us?
Yeah, it's not intentional. I just put
If
in
you're
the
clicked on a token, it'll do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll just do a chat bubble,
Uh,
unfortunately.
Fair enough.
You can change that in settings, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So when you say you can restore your will points, do we do just a round rest or something? Or
Stretch
No,
rest.
no, you're doing a shift rest. So
The big one.
you're sleeping the 6 hours or resting because you will sleep 6 hours, so you get all that back. You're doing a
okay.
shift rest, shift rest. A stretch rest is just 15 minutes.
Okay.
But if you do the big one, then you get everything back. And if you had a condition, you get that back too. So just click the easiest way to do it, honestly, is go to main, and then so you see the bed under your willpower points. Just click that, and it should do it, and just do it all for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So rogue, if you do
Just
that, you'll lose your dishearten too. So
What is that? Oh, the bed, the sleeping.
yeah, this is the bed.
Yes.
So you're doing a
Just
shift
under
rest.
willpower points.
hmm
Okay, cool.
So if you click that,
Is
it should.
there?
Yeah, there you go. So perfect. So it'll do that. I already went and took some of your willpower points away, or restored them, just because I wasn't thinking. But yeah. So everybody should be back. So it seems like just everybody's kind of fallen asleep, and somebody took the first watch, and it doesn't really matter. It's probably either Bastion or Cinderheart. Jenny takes the second one after sleeping. And the next day finally dawns. Let's see what we'll say. It's not going to be exactly that time, but we'll say it's pretty early since it's about that early. Let's see. It's raining again, unfortunately for you. So let's do that.
Is there any way to repair the crossbow?
Nah, you don't know how.
Okay.
But yeah, there will be a way. You can take it in and get it repaired. Let's see. Yeah, so you guys come out of your tents early in the morning, and it's drizzling ever so slightly above again. Not surprising for anybody who's been in this area long. But yeah, what do you guys do?
Yusan wakes and stands next to the fire and stretches his back. If you're nearby, you might hear audible pop as he kind of extends his arms upwards. Oh, this morning is good. And though the rain cometh, my heart is glad that I've been rested. I've always said I slept better under the stars than under the roof of scoundrels, packed together like sardines on King's Lake.
Jenny is not in the tent. She's outside, and you see her head poke in, and she says, you're awake? Thought it was going to take all day. Let's get going, huh?
Yusan busies himself taking down the tents and packing up his wares. The pots clatter and clang as he breaks down the kitchen.
Yep. So what's it like as everybody else gets up?
Yeah, Cinderheart would give a big stretch and go to the lake and rinse his face. Even though it's raining.
Conrad, much better rested than the night before, gets up, kind of sighs that it's raining yet again, and begins the process of helping tear down camp.
My back.
Yeah, Eridwin is woken by the rain because he's just lying out on the ground where he fell asleep. And he wakes up and goes and basically just strips off and takes a quick swim in the lake to clean off, then comes back and gets, dries himself off on his blanket, probably actually, and then puts the blanket over him as the best thing he's got to keep the rain off, and then puts his clothes back on and goes back to the camp, and he looks a lot refresher than he did yesterday. Wonderful morning, everyone. Wonderful. How are you all today?
So now it looks like everybody's recovered from their night at the inn.
So much more peaceful here. Yes.
Oh. Does it rain every day in this country?
Almost, she says.
Only when you're out adventuring it does.
It is called the Stormlands.
You warned me. It seems my crossbow is broken. And he shows the string. He says, I guess I could not keep it from getting damp after all. I suppose we will have to rely on you then.
So, one thing, you can do a crafting roll to repair it if you'd like.
Oh.
But you need the appropriate tools, which you're not going to have. You need probably blacksmithing tools or carpentry tools. One of those two. But,
yeah, bowstring, extra string or something.
Yeah.
There is another archer though, Cinderheart, right? You have a bow?
Are you good at bushcraft or something?
No,
No. Oh.
I suck at bushcraft. I got a 5 in bushcraft.
Because if you're a human, you can sometimes. I think like our special
Yep.
ability is you can substitute things, but it kind of has to make sense. So I'm like trying to think of what to do without cheesing it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
even if you did use another, like say you used whatever your weapon skill was, which I think that would probably be okay, but you just don't have the tools to fix it.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah, Cinderheart, just having a staff, no, looks at Bastion. Sorry, my friend, I do not carry a bow or a crossbow or any arrows. My weapons are my wits and knowledge.
And fire. You could burn
Yeah,
it.
you're good at starting a campfire, probably.
Yeah, that's just about it. Besides, we don't want to be shooting fire at the wolves. That just sends the fur, make the pelts worthless. I guess as pure leather, though, that might work.
You ever eat a wolf? Wonder what it tastes like.
I've eaten many things. They all seem to taste like one thing or another.
As she says that, she's like chewing on some hardtack. Everyone, please reduce your rations by 1 for the day.
Cinder will look at Jenny. Did you get the mushrooms and the acorns and all the other food provided by the forest to go with that hardtack?
Ah, yes, I did. Was that you who put them by my side? I appreciate that. They were pretty good.
Ah, yes. I've only seen you with a beer in the morning, so I figured you might be extra hungry today.
Yes, no beer. She frowns.
Yeah, it'll be a time for us to have it again. I'm sure the camp has some when we arrive.
Well, if they're
As-
there, I didn't think it was. I thought it was abandoned.
Yeah, people leave things when they abandon things, do they not?
Depends on what kind of hurry they're in, I suppose. Maybe we'll get lucky. Were you gonna say something about?
Oh yeah, I was just going to say that as they're packing up and filling their bellies for the road, Yusan very much contemplates kind of eating an extra ration and stuff. Because after all, why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't he? He's the biggest one here. He has to carry all the stuff. He just got beaten up not long ago. Why shouldn't he? But he does not. He does not eat another ration.
Cinderheart
Gluttony.
would hand him one of his rations.
No, he's resisting his gluttony. No, friend. No, friend. You are frail. That food is best for you. I am strong like the mountains, but you are weak and may break shortly. You need the food.
My friend, but you carry a heavy load, and I do know that one ration is never enough. We don't need you trying to steal from the fire again, if you know what I mean.
If what you offer is offered freely, then the Mother above that lives in the stars says it would be ill-favored for me to refuse such a gift, so I thank you very much.
It is not offered for free, it's offered with friendship.
And friendship is freely given in return, Cinderheart. And he takes the gift and eats it in one bite.
Yeah,
Alright, you reduce it by 2, Cinderheart.
I did.
Okay. Everybody just remember to reduce your rations by 1. And then, anything else before we get moving again? Okay.
Nothing.
So real quick, just swing back over here very quickly. We don't have really anything else to do per se. I do want to, so you're going to end up here on the map. I do want someone who is the Pathfinder, so you can decide who that is. It's going to be a bushcraft roll. I want you to make it just to see what kind of time you make. The first half you make in 6 hours is fine, but this one could go up to, we'll say up to 8 hours. So just make your bushcraft roll. If you make it, it'll be 6 hours. If you do not, it'll be 8 hours. You made it. So you get there right about this time, and so let me swing you over there. You get there, you're getting tired. It's not horrific, but here we go. Let me put your tokens on here. You come into this as you kind of are going a little further away off the coast a bit, as you're coming inland just slightly towards the woods. You do see them in the distance. It looks not like a very thick, not a very thick wood as far as you can tell. Maybe some of you have been here, maybe not. It is raining still. It's been raining all day. Now it's actually raining a little harder. So it's not been a pleasant trip. You guys are all soaked. It's rained pretty much the entire time except overnight, the night before. You pull into this area, walking through, and you see a tent over yonder, and a few logs stacked up. A couple workbenches here and there, some felled trees and stumps where they had cleared them before. You see, you know, not exactly a road, but a bit of a track that heads back the way you came, and you walk in on it. There's certainly no one here. The flaps of the tent appear to be in moderate disrepair. Nobody's been here for a little bit, but that could just be the weather. It probably doesn't have an indication that it's been like months. It's probably been a couple weeks since someone's been here before the loggers left. And that's all that's here. That's all you see. Obviously, in the back of the logging camp is the woods. And the information you got was the wolves would come out at night and try to attack the loggers. And they built fires. Nothing would keep them away. And one man got mauled, not killed, but injured. And the loggers at that time decided to leave and request help. And you are that help.
Bastion walks over with his broadsword out to the big tent and like ducks inside to kind of look around. He probably pushes up on the tent, you know how that collects a bunch of water there to disperse the water and make sure nothing's in there, nobody's in there.
Yeah, there's definitely nobody in there. Go ahead and roll me a 1d6, and we'll see if there's anything of interest in there. So if you get a 6, there's something of interest. Not really. You see that there's a couple of things that they left over. Nothing important at all. There's a couple of tankards and water skins and plates and things of that, like tools, like there's a couple wood axes and saws and things like that. Nothing that would even be appropriate for fighting, but you could use them as tools if you wanted. I would let you. There's probably, we'll say, 2 hand axes that you can use as tools. Maybe that will be helpful later on. Who knows? That's up to you if you take them or not. But yeah, and maybe a small handsaw. And then there's dinnerware too. So any of that stuff you want to take, you can.
Bastion will look over to the others. Maybe we could make a log trap for the wolves when they come.
What's that?
The log trap. The log rolls down the hill, smashes the wolf.
She looks around. I have no idea how to do that, man.
Neither do I. I just thought it would be fun.
No, but you're on a great idea for a trap. They come at night. They're not scared of fires. How the wolves hunt, they use smell, don't they? Hunting at night, maybe their vision's not as good as their smell.
They'll stay together in this tent tonight.
I think we build a big fire and prop up things that look like humans sitting around it, maybe. Put a few things in there like a backpack or something. So it smells like us.
Can we determine how they may have attacked or their pattern of attack based on like tracks in the ground or anything like that?
The tracks would be gone by now, but what they said is every night, no matter if they had a fire or not, the wolves would come in from this area over here, not even really hiding themselves as they came out. They pretty much just bolted out of the woods, and they would attack very quickly and retreat until the next night and do it again and again and again. And they would eventually got more bold, would stay and fight longer. Even though some of the loggers, they had axes and stuff and defended themselves, but they said they injured a couple of the wolves, but they never killed any of them. And when the guy got mauled really bad, the next day they left. So.
Yusan kind of slowly walks through the rain as it pounds down on his clothing and kind of stands at the edge of the forest and looks off in that direction. They said they come from this direction, night after night, like so many waves. I suppose one question is, do we let them come to us, or do we seek out their den and bring the battle to them?
So with that, or the direction, because the wind's coming from the northeast, right? Pretty strongly.
What does it say?
Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
So is that towards like the direction where they?
It looks like it's going straight towards them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at the map, it's that tracks too, right? It's going pretty much right into the woods.
So our scent's going down to them.
Yeah, you would guess, yes.
It's not trailing as well because it's rainy. So, but it's in there. I would look at Yusan. Yusan, the wind is blowing at our backs. If we go that way, they'll smell us coming a lot further away than we can see them.
It's quite possible they already smell us.
Yes, the rain might help with that, but if we set a trap in the middle, there are smells coming from that. If the wind keeps at our backs, we could hide in this woodline here. They would just think there's humans by a fire.
Tet, so Eridwin is searching the area for tracks. He wants to make sure that these are actually wolves and not something wolf-like.
You could try. It's going to be very difficult. I would give you 2 Banes because you don't know how long it's been here. They've been in this area. The loggers have been gone for at least a week and a half, 2 weeks. But you can go ahead and give a, let's see, what skill would it be? I would say Bushcraft. Bushcraft with 2 Banes.
Okay. Oh, got a demon.
You do not find any tracks.
Okay.
But you get a bonus.
Yeah, but... yeah, you assume that that there's no longer any tracks there.
Okay.
Now, does this place kind of have a bunch of logs laying around?
It's got what you see. Just that pile of logs right there in the middle. That's what they left. They probably took some with them as they left, right? They probably loaded up what they could and...
Well, what we could do is start a fire in the middle. Light it big. Put out these logs and kind of build a wall behind it with the wind at our backs. We could hide behind them, lay down if we need to. When the wolves come to investigate, we'll ambush them.
We'll be able to create a fire in this. She just looks up at it's really raining pretty good.
Yeah, we could cover it. Take part of their tent that they left. It just needs to be a fire. It doesn't need to be a warring one. Just one that they're attracted to.
Will we have trouble seeing them at night? At least I will. Don't know about you elf types, but I don't see very well at night.
We're going to have the same problem at night regardless if we have a fire going and we're hiding or if we're ambushing. It's not like they're going to attack us in the middle of the day. That or we all stand in the middle with our backs towards each other, waiting for them to come.
The only thing about an ambush is we don't have any ranged weapons except your magics.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We could let them get close enough.
We could leave the tent flap open, see if they come in to investigate. They're going to have better vision than us at night, but we'll be able to hear them come in. I don't know. Seems odd.
She shrugs. Whatever you want. I'm here to help. Don't know much about strategy catching wolves, so you have my blades, and she shrugs, chewing on her hardtack.
Well, if anybody's good at hunting, we could use a bunch of snare traps. Hopefully catch a couple of them, maybe half. They're bound to kind of walk through it, especially if we give them something to focus on.
Anybody have any traps?
Nope.
Everybody just kind of looks at each other.
I think we just need some cordage, right? Do I have cordage?
I don't think so.
No,
you'd have to
not
do
at all.
you'd have to do a craft to make it, and like because
I don't have it.
There's specific there's specific like bear trap. I would just say you could use it for whatever, but yeah, you do not have any traps.
Yeah, there's snare.
Yeah, snare. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there anything magic about this place? Do I sense any magic? Do I sense any unnaturalness about these wolves?
Well, the wolves are
i.e.
not
my
here,
magic,
but I mean, need to cast your magic trick to find out. Not in the surrounding area. You do not. Nope. But you have, limited range. So the camp, not at the camp, certainly.
Well, we could set up both tents, but it's kind of dangerous if I have to let loose some fireballs at them inside of a flammable tent.
we can buy more tents as needed if we kill these wolves.
Oh, I'm thinking more of us being stuck inside of it fighting wolves.
If one is stuck inside a tent fighting wolves, that's a problem.
I got lucky the last time the whole place didn't go up when I lit the cut toes on fire.
Simply let us pretend to sleep. The wolves will come to us and we'll grab them by the throat.
Well, should we get ready then?
Aye.
All right, out of character. What are you thinking about doing here? How do you want to set this up? There's this.
Oh man, with these red lines, I feel like I'm in some 1980s video game.
It's Tron.
Yeah, I can change the color. It's just
The
it was the easiest thing to see.
Image isn't.
Yeah, I only see the
Okay, hold on.
a black screen with red lines.
It's only the grid.
Nice.
The old Star Wars game from like 1980 something.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, that brings back memories. Yeah. You go through all that to get to the trench, and then you just miss the shot, and that'll be it.
It's probably Darth Vader fighting. So, yeah, I mean, are we setting up a trap? Are we just kind of milling about?
Well, it's up to you guys.
Eridwin is definitely milling about. He's waiting for someone to give him instructions. He'll hang about round by Cinderheart and just say, and since Cinderheart's not busy, he would say, "Just tell me where you want me. Very happy to help. I can heal. I have a little lightning magic, but I'm probably best off as a healer. Absolutely up to you where you use me, old chap. I'll wait on your word."
Are they coming from this area?
They'd be coming from, so if we're looking at it, kind of the way it was, be over here. From behind this way.
So that's northeast.
Yeah. So this is kind of turned to the left, if you will.
Well, I mean, that's not northeast. That's
The left of the screen is the north.
All right.
And so the fire would be right here. You can do as you wish.
How sturdy does this pile of logs look?
It's pretty sturdy, yeah.
Okay. So Eridwin's going to get up on that. If it's pretty sturdy, he'll test it out just to make sure it's not going to suddenly give way underneath him.
No.
Yeah, he's hoping it gives him a little bit of a advantage over what's going on, so he can cast lightning flash on things from up there and get an idea of what's going on. He doesn't expect it to be high enough to keep him safe from the wolves, but he's
no, not that high, but it's like 4 feet high, something like that.
And he'll say to Cinderheart, he'll say, Balin, old boy, I was thinking that perhaps if we were to use ranged magic against the wolves, they would want to, if they don't run immediately, they might wish to attack us to put a stop to it. In which case, if our friends were close, they could form a cordon, a perimeter of
a shield wall.
That's the word. Thank you. Perfect word. Something like that. And rather than the wolves coming to, rather than them going to the wolves would come to us. What do you think?
I'd get to work.
It is somewhat of a basic plan, but it's the best I can come up with, I'm afraid.
Are there any shovels?
There could be shovels here.
Maybe we could make a pit trap. Right here?
It's a solid idea, but do we have the time?
It's already 8. Then he looks, Cinderheart looks at the sky. Yeah, we are about to lose the light. If we have to be here for more than one day, we'll have the time. But as of right now, if they come at us, we definitely won't be ready.
Time now.
I think my cousin has the right idea. If they come at night, if you guys surround the wood pile, well, I get in front of the wood pile, we can hammer out with magic. And then once they get close, the slaughter begins.
Yes. Stay together.
Conrad, you moving over to the pile? Okay. So let's say
Cinderheart would ask Eridwin if he has any weapons other than magic.
Sorry, say again. You're talking to me.
Yeah, he'd ask you if you have any other weapons besides magic.
No, just my stuff, and I'm not terribly good with it, I'm afraid. I have a torch as well, but it seems they're not very afraid of fire.
Alright. And then what's Jenny doing off there in the tent?
She's over by you guys. She would stand next to you. She's doing the same thing you guys are. She has her knives out, just waiting miserably in the rain. You guys have been soaked for 2 straight days. I'll be glad when this is over, I will say.
As will we all.
Well-
And as the light starts to fade, Eridwin is going to cast Bird Song. Because it lasts for a stretch, so...
What does that do?
So for one stretch of a time, it gives me a boon to awareness. So, and I figure also because we're surrounded by pleasant bird song, it will give us a bit of a sort of narrative, boost to our. We're all feeling pretty downcast, so at least there's now the pleasant sound of bird song all around.
Okay.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, there haven't been much in the way of animals on the way. When you were hunting, you didn't find anything. And as you kind of are sitting here, even in the rain, you do kind of hear the birds chirping, even at night, in the middle of the night, as you wait impatiently and growing tired. Go ahead and give me an awareness roll, Eridwin.
Awareness. 1 boon.
Yep.
Okay.
In the
succeeded.
distance, you see something moving closer. And I don't believe in Dragonbane that elves get automatic dark sight or anything like that. It's not really stated, so...
Yeah, I don't think so.
But we'll just say you can, you see a little better than average. Plus, you're around a fire. That probably actually is worse for a distance. But anyway, in the distance, you see a figure moving towards you. At first, you think it's a horse and a rider. But as it gets closer, you do recognize... Is it a wolf? You think it's a wolf, a big wolf, but there's a rider on its back. You're a little confused. It's moving slowly. It's not moving quickly towards you. It's almost like sauntering.
Okay, I will point that out to the others and say, there appears to be a very large wolf over there, and then... Are my eyes mistaken, or is something on its back? How strange. Surely my eyes are playing tricks on me.
You said a wolf has something on its back. Perhaps goblins.
Do myths and legends to see if such a thing is common?
You can. Mm-hmm.
Myths and legends.
Can I do the same thing?
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, Yusan has already done it.
Okay. So Yusan, you do know that there are things called wargs. They're not exactly wolf, but they're similar to a wolf. They're more intelligent, typically very ill-tempered. Sometimes they can be ridden by goblins or other smallish humanoids. It doesn't necessarily have to be goblins. What you knew when you came down out of the mountains of Kith, when you went down through Uthal Ungol, that there were tales that they were in that area. There were things like that, goblins that rode giant wolves. But out here, you don't know why such a thing would be. But yeah, in general, yes, that you do know that this happens, and primarily with smaller humanoids, sometimes goblins. Yeah.
As I came from the mountains of Kith and traversed the dark and twisted lands of Uthal Ungol, such things were not an uncommon sight. Wargs These be no common wolves. Such beasts could rend the flesh of many men, as we saw here in this camp. And they are more intelligent, more beastly, more dastardly than mere wolves. And indeed they suffer riders, although not a large man such as myself, but more frail and weak creatures like goblins and other twisted and wicked things. And now he sizes us up.
Yeah, and Eridwin's looking across in the direction, and I presume, Ted, that that's exactly what this is, but does that match what he's saying?
Yeah, in general, you're not sure. That matches as far as you can tell. Yes.
Okay, great. And yeah, he points it out to the others and says, I think that's exactly what we have here. Well done, you son.
He looks at you like you're patronizing him.
Yeah.
Looks down at you, I should say.
Yeah. So Eridwin seems brightly, cheerfully oblivious to that. It's exactly how it came across, and he's absolutely oblivious to it.
As you're waiting, go ahead, Bastian.
Is the fire lit?
Yeah, you have a fire.
Around?
Yeah, yes, it would be lit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As much as it could be, yeah.
Yeah, I think
So we have a
it's
little
down
bit
to a drizzle, so yeah, it would be lit. Yeah.
We have a little bit of light around us.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. I think I think that makes it like even more scary, especially for humans and stuff. Because they're just, they got the light there and they can't really see that well beyond the firelight, so they just kind of know something's out there. And so I think Bastion's like a little nervous about it. He's got his broadsword kind of pointed towards the darkness. And he's like, oh. So these things, they are allergic to steel, I hope.
They're allergic to all sorts of things that can harm a normal animal.
That's
Steel, fire, arrows. Yes, magic.
It
These
just
are not
keeps getting
any mere
closer
beasts.
and closer, slowly.
But it's as it's walking up, it's going to say that none of these woodsmen mentioned anything about wargs and goblins. Didn't they say it was just wolves?
Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah. Oops.
I feel like we need to renegotiate once we're done.
As you say that, there's a very small voice that calls out and says, "Hail, good travelers of the elder kin and men. I mean you no harm."
Eridwin says, "Oh no, we're being attacked by Peter Lorre." He won't be the one to call back, actually.
Well, then approach into the light, if you mean us no harm.
Ah, very well, very well. And the creature slides off the warg. Anybody who knows goblins, they're not that small for the most part. This thing is smaller. You would almost equate it to a halfling. Not quite that small, or actually smaller than a halfling, I should say. Let's see, how do I give him light? Because he does have like a little lantern on him. I don't think I can. That would be tile controls. I don't know if I can do that. I probably can. Hold on 1 second. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I want you to be able to see a little better.
Change the time of day or something real quick.
No, I can do this right here. Oh yeah, I can do this. I can do this indeed.
That does not sound like a wolf.
Okay, I don't want to play with it too much. Yeah, so this creature walks out, kind of to the out, past the tent. You can give me a myths and legends with a bane to try to identify this creature.
Can anyone roll that?
Yeah, anyone. Yeah.
Got a 6.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So you can push if you would like. It's not necessary. So the elves, unsurprisingly, do kind of recognize this creature, and they're these mischievous spirits that sometimes live in woods. They're called brownies, and they are full of mischief, typically. This one holds a staff with a hook on the end and a lantern that, as it got closer, and once he stepped off the warg, just magically illuminated as he got closer, and says, "You have come. It is unfortunate that some of the elderkin are here, supporting such vile, reprehensible actions that men are taking."
Well, those are strong words.
Is not felling the forests of this ancient land just that? Or do you reside in Floodmere and other places of men? Have you stooped so low?
Well, this is a thing men do. Right? You must have noticed this. They live in wooden houses. They cut trees. It's not how I would choose to live, but I don't think it's worth killing them over.
I lived in both worlds. Humans are pretty progressive, but there's better ways to go about things.
My mistress disagrees, and the only reason I have come to treat with you is because there are 2 of you with the elder blood. If it were just men, then I would have set my beasts upon you already. This is a warning to flee or meet with my mistress, and you may proclaim your case to her if you wish. But failure, if you head into the Witherwood, you may never return.
And who is your mistress?
The Queen of Thorns, of course.
What a poetic title.
I do agree.
Why did she bear a title like that?
You would have to see.
Well, may we treat with your mistress?
If you wish to enter the Witherwood, you must lay down your arms.
I don't like that idea.
Yes, I'm a little concerned about laying down our arms when you have a warg with you. They are notoriously uncertain temperament.
Yes, they are, but they have been domesticated as much as they can be. It does not attack me, and I am small. What could I do against such a thing?
Aye. But they would attack us. Quite easily, I would think.
If I tell it to, certainly.
Well, but what guarantees do we have if we enter into this woods with no armaments? If we disagree, will we be allowed to leave freely?
As long as you leave this place.
Well, we wouldn't be able to do that if we disagreed now, would we?
Well,
If we leave here, we don't get paid.
coin. The bane of everything. You do this as mercenaries, I see. It is unpleasant, especially for the elder blood, how you stoop so low. I have known your kind for many millennia.
Well, then you would know that it is a troubled kind of delict, not because of humans.
This is true.
The world has become a hostile place for our kind as well as yours. It is the way of the times, unfortunately, and it drives people to, well, let us say difficult acts. I still don't think that we have to resort to violence here, but I do think we require a little more reassurance than wargs don't always attack people.
Yeah, like, we lay down our armaments, we come treat with your queen. If we do not come to an agreement, you'll all come back to our armaments, and then you can attack us. Fair fight.
It is an interesting proposal.
Yes, either way. Either we come to an agreement, or you set the wolves upon us.
This will be much more interesting. I agree. If you do not come to an agreement with my mistress, we shall let you leave, come back here, re-equip yourselves, and then I will kill you.
Ah, wonderful.
Yeah, sounds a little better. I agree with my cousin. Wonderful it is. Or perhaps we will go treat. And you guys guard the camp.
Bastion looks over at Conrad like, about
Yeah, he returns to look to Bastion like, I don't care for this at all. If Cinderheart and Erdogan want to go into the forest and we can remain here, I don't know if I trust this thing here.
We'll bring one human representative with us. Maybe.
Jenny says, I would go. It is my duty to help protect you, Valen. As much as I don't know what I would do without my blades. Maybe I'll talk them to death, flash them with my teats, as small as they be.
Everyone starts coughing uncontrollably.
It's,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
no. Otherwise, everybody be climbing over Miss Fatbottom. And Valen will hop down off the log pile.
What about you, Yusin? You coming? Not like you need a weapon?
I suppose that is true. If I leave my new weapon here, you will guard it closely. If need be, use it to guard yourself. Yeah, he would leave his weapon.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. He would come with.
She looks to Bastion and Conrad and just kind of shakes her head.
are you sure you don't wish to come with us?
Well, I suppose. If what he says is true, you think he was an honorable man?
Well, the brownies. I don't know how honorable a brownie is.
Look at his face. Not trustworthy. Some beings on this planet are like an open book. and his face is full of mischief. Do you not think that the men that came before us tried to treat? This is a logging camp.
Well, they weren't offering them the chance to treat, for they were not of the elder blood. But I must admit, if you excuse the excuse my tone here, Talithon, but I must admit my friend is right. We don't have a lot of reason to trust you. I'm very appreciative of the kind offer you've made us, but what assurances can you offer us?
He walks over to the warg and steps. There's a saddle actually on the back made of vines and wood, all natural type of things, and he pulls himself up, and the lantern goes out on his staff, and the warg turns around and kind of gallops off without a response.
Cinderheart will lay his staff on next to the wood pile. But we don't need to go. It would be nice that if after some time we don't come back, that the others will come looking for us.
And Eredwin says, yes, I think that's a good idea.
And he'll start walking towards the way the warg went. Whoever's coming could come.
Yeah, I'll come with him.
And we've seen no people since we got to this camp for some time.
Oh no, there's nobody here. Yeah, there's nobody here. They supposedly all left, right? They all left when they were attacked originally, so. But there's definitely nobody here.
Conrad's paranoid about leaving gear behind, but if the majority of the party's going to go, he'll go ahead and leave his gear in the tent and come along.
Yeah, I think Bastian does not want to do this at all, right? He's even thinking about sneaking and following them. But once Conrad puts his weapon down and stuff, Bastian is also gullible, one of his traits. So I think he would put his weapon, hide it under one of the logs, and then start to head that way.
Okay. It's loading. Slowly. Come on. There we go. Alright. Yeah, you head out into the woods. The brownie and the warg do not wait for you. They are not to be found, actually, as you get into the woods. And you kind of step in and look around, and it's drizzling, and there's a fog kind of raising up. It is late. It is well past midnight. And feel free to roleplay and let me know what you're going to do.
Yeah, Valine, Cinderheart will light his torch. And then, something that big has to leave tracks. That's or we'll wander and stumble upon it, I guess. And he'll start looking for some tracks.
Yeah, me too. I'll assist him.
Now let me just give you a little light animation. Torch. Did it work? It did not work. Let's see why not. weird. Huh. It just worked for the brownie. One sec. Oh, it's because that works.
Hey,
Just you, huh?
everybody disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah.
I shouldn't have lit the torch.
Yeah.
Give me just a second. If I can't get it working, then I'll just say fuck it.
This is a powerful torch. It causes everybody else to disappear.
It is very.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if it's because there's no. It's gridless. I wonder. Does that make any sense though? Let me see if that works. Let me just try one more thing. If not, it doesn't matter. Grid. Square with like.
I put on the ring. That's what happened. I entered the shuttle realm.
No, I don't know. That's weird. Okay, let me just. I don't know. I don't know Foundry well enough. We'll just do this. Do that for now. Okay. Yeah. So you light your torch, and you know, with the canopy of trees above, which is not like super thick, but it keeps the torch from going out at the very least. And yeah, you can look for tracks with a bushcraft roll. I will let one attempt it and one assist, so you can have a boon if you want.
All right.
Yeah, I'll assist you.
Gotcha.
Is the boon gained only if the assist succeeds?
No, a boon is basically you roll 2d20 instead of 1d20, and you take the best one. A bane
It's
is
advantage.
Yeah, it's like advantage in 5e. And if you take a bane, then it's
I think he's
2d20
asking
and
if the
take a-
assister needs to roll or not.
Oh no.
Yeah, like-
nope, they do
No.
not. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope. But only one person can assist, so you can get up to one bane, or I'm sorry, boon, or you can negate a bane. In
And
certain
do they have to be
situations.
trained in it too?
No, they don't have to be trained in it. They just have to be present. It says so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would think
Truly,
that
truly
person-
present. If they're looking at their phone, no.
Yeah.
yeah.
What were you
I
saying?
passed either way.
I would think that if the assistant like actually succeeded, and then you would get the boon. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work that way for Dragonbane. Anyway, so you do find humongous wolf prints and smaller ones too, all around. But they seem to pretty much flow north into the woods continually.
Oh, that's the way Cinderheart will walk. Follow the torch, gang.
Yeah.
And
Unless it falls low, then don't just stop.
How long's a stretch, Ted?
a stretch is 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. So my spell's gone a long time ago then. Okay.
Let me do this so we don't have any issues. Whoop, no, that's what I wanted. Save changes. Yeah, you walk for like an hour. It's getting super late and you're super tired. Since you have not slept, I want everybody to roll a 1d, or I want one person to roll a 1d6 and remove that many willpower.
Not me this time.
I'll do it.
Okay, so everybody should roll or remove 3 willpower. So as you keep going, you see the brownie sitting on a next to a tree. Just kind of, it looks like he's just resting there. He has um, a wooden flute that he's playing. You hear this light music as you kind of walk into the area. So he must have not been playing it before. And he's like, everyone has come. Surprising.
Yeah, it seems proper when we're meeting royalty.
She is royalty indeed, at least in these woods, since the elder blood have left long ago. Well, I shouldn't keep you waiting. And he plays a little tune, and you're kind of surprised because there was like this tree. You're not exactly sure. It looked like a tree. It was like a part of a tree, and something steps out of it. And it is a form of a humanoid woman, but completely made of what appears to be wood, bark, leaves, that sort of thing. And she just
May I
stands
use
there.
peaceful?
You
try
can
and-
use myth and legends, yeah.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Let's use Myth and Legend. I am going to push the roll and get disheartened.
Yeah, humans would have a bane on this roll, just so you know. But yeah, the elves know for sure. Yeah, Yusan, you can roll another one and see if you fail or not, and then if not, then you can know as well offhand. Yeah, so you wouldn't know without pushing. For the 2 elves, you do recognize what this is. It's a dryad, and they're like these forest spirits, one with the woods, very ancient, if not more ancient than elves. They tend to be very protective of their domains, whatever they are, especially from things like logging activity, which is not usual. Um, you know, for many of these places before the humans came, at least. So they pretty much lived in peace with the elves, but they can be quite nasty when it comes to protecting the forests and wildlife and stuff like that. She just looks kind of over the group. Her eyes have a hint of yellow in them, and she's just staring down, particularly Conrad, who has chainmail on, just basically a obvious somebody she might not particularly like very well. And she just stares there for a minute, and then her head turns over and looks to whichever elf is closest to her. Probably the one with the light would make the most sense. So Cinderheart, she peers at you and says in this very strange kind of voice, as if it's very practiced in this language, as common tongue. She doesn't really know it very well and is struggling to speak it. She says, "You side with them against the trees, the earth, the leaves? Why is it so?"
Cinderheart would give it the courteous of her being considered royalty in this domain here. It would show the custom of a slight bow. And he would speak with her in Elvish.
Mm-hmm.
that she might understand better. And he would respond, it wasn't always this way, was it? Elves, humans, always protecting something or another, fighting. But we have come to seek the wolves that were fighting men. And we come to find out that it's you protecting your forest.
This place is a ruin. It dies from the weather, these storms that have come when the men have come. They are a curse upon our lands, and now they come with axes and hew down the bark. My friends, old trees, ancient trees, older than them by centuries, and they are slain for what? Building boats, building homes? Ah!
Oh, not only that, but survival. They need the warmth of fire. I believe that, yes, while humans have proven to be a blight, I don't think they've caused all the rain to come. I believe there is something else. My cousin is having issues as well, and there is not a human to blame for that.
This is true. There are no humans for a very long way around my home, and yet a blight strikes us. The humans are here, and there is a blight upon things, but the two I do not believe are connected, for I have seen one without the other.
Perhaps it is true. It does not change the fact that they are here murdering my ancient kin.
That is the unfortunate. For what they need to survive, they're part of you, right? But Snad looks around. But you're missing an opportunity. See, the humans are ravenous. They'll start small, like the logging crews coming out. And then once something like this happens, once it'll capture somebody's eye, and a king somewhere will bring an army, and they'll no sooner burn the forest down than they'll let somebody kill the men and stop them from harvesting from it. That is their way. But killing them is not the answer. Finding a cord, strengthening your defenses, that is the answer. Perhaps allowing them or trading with them some of your kin that are, as with life is, dead. And he looks around at a few logs laying on the ground. They are food for other things, organisms, mushrooms, they're all tied together. I know this. But you need to come to an accord with the humans before somebody does come down and then it completely removes the forest. I've seen it.
I have heard of such horrors. I have kin and friends that have told me of such things in the West. I will not allow it here. If you say what is true and they will come here and try to kill us all, then I will send my army after them. And they will know pain and fear.
I believe you have mistaken what I've said. There is no stopping the humans. We've all tried. They come, they lose, they come more, heavier, more ferocious.
The numbers are greater than you would believe, my queen.
I've lived with the humans some time. I've seen kingdoms fall and rise back up again in ashes. My cousin is right. There is more than we'd like to say there is. And not only that, they're like rats. They procreate. They have 2, 3, 4 kids, generations. They build hate. They hold grudges in their short lives. I've never seen a species that is so great and so evil at the same time. I do think that you thinking they were just come and wipe you out is not the answer. Attacking them is also not the answer. But setting boundaries, giving and taking, That's what I've learned they value. Eventually, someone may come along that want to take more than they give, and that's where your defenses come in. But if you come to accord with the great groups, they will take what you trade and offer stuff in return.
Trade? She looks and shakes her head. Give me a let's do a roll here. Let's do a persuasion. Whichever is better between the elves.
Won't be me because I'm disheartened. But can I?
Oh,
Because
no.
I was supporting him. Can I give him a?
Yeah,
A
you can
boon?
give him. You can give him a boon. Yeah.
Good, because I am going to need it.
You can obviously push if you fail.
So plus my persuasion is 5.
Yeah, you can go ahead and push.
Okay. I will take.
Exhausted would make sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh man, so close. She just shakes her head. No. It will not be that way. You may leave with my blessing, but I will wage my war if they keep coming. And if you do not flee from this place and their camp of death, then I will be forced to deal with you, and you will become my enemy. It is not what I would wish, but it is what will be.
That's not what I would wish either. There's very few places that take hold as ancient and as old as this. I'd hate to see it when they come. I hate to see it when you have to face them. And Cinderhart will turn to his human brethren and speak in plain common. There will be no accord. We will go to the campsite. We'll make our decision there.
And before we leave, Eredwin will bow to her and say, "I'm sorry that it must end like this."
Go well,
I-
Elder Blood. May you find better friends in the future.
And may we find a way to peace despite this, the way things seem now.
She,
And
yeah, go ahead.
Cinderhart would look at her. We will make our way to the camp. We will camp there for the short time to regain our strength. If we leave, we leave. If not, then I'm sorry.
You have until on the morrow at this time. If you are there, I will come in force. I hope that you will not be.
And Cinderhart would nod. Be well, friend.
May you walk. And she kind of steps back, and you're not sure if she kind of just, it almost looks like she disappears. Looks just kind of like the trees around her. The brownie is nowhere to be found already. Kind of as you guys were talking to her, he not sure where he got off to, but you are all alone. But in the distance you do hear a howl.
My heart is heavy. She just wishes to protect her land. But the humans just wish to live too.
That is just,
Sometimes creatures come into conflict with each other.
that's the unfortunate. Perhaps after bloodshed, things can be different. Sometimes it takes a few deaths and mayhem and to come to the realization it's easier to be friends than enemies.
Perhaps. But also nature is full of those who compete for resources. It is a sad but natural process.
Well, I don't know about you, Jenny begins and looks to Conrad, Houston, and Bastian. This job seems like it doesn't pay enough. These aren't just wolves, obviously. Who knows what we'll face? Some wood creature? Some little imp? Who knows what else she has up her sleeve?
I suspect she has many things up her sleeves, yes.
What is it we getting paid?
I believe it was.
You mean you're getting paid?
20 gold each, I think, is what it was.
Oh,
And all the pelts you could carry.
Right. It's going to be a lot of pelts.
Yes, listening to this, Conrad's like, things have become much more complicated. It's not just simply wild beasts that need to be put down, and it's guardians of the forest, if you will, protecting their homeland. No man can fault a person or creature for wanting to defend their home.
No.
But as you said, us humans, we need wood for everything.
Well, don't just think you're the only ones. We use wood as well.
Aye, true.
Just a little bit on the lesser side, I would say. In fact, everything that grows uses wood. Everything that lives uses wood. Some just get overlooked, I guess.
Well, whatever
What do
we're
we
going
do
to
now?
do, I think we get out of here. This place
Yes.
is giving me the creeps.
To camp. At least we can rest up and make our decision.
Yes, let us do that.
Yeah, by the time you get back to camp, it's like almost morning. And it is still raining.
I think it's safe to say, Sinhar would say, I think we all are pretty safe to rest. A shift. Before we have to decide if we're leaving or staying.
Yeah, you guys can do a shift rest. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Take up the morning at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just you guys can click that. Yeah, you sleep in the early morning, and nobody even actually sets a guard based on your recommendation. But yeah, you get enough sleep. You wake up, it's still raining, and you're miserable. It's pretty cold today, and so it puts a bit of a chill in your bones. It's kind of seems like very it's just kind of right on the nose, right? Just a miserable day for a miserable decision. You do not see any, there's no sign of any wolves or anything like that. At least at the, did I not move you guys over?
Now we're still sitting on stumps.
Oh, sorry. There you go. You did you see the scene in there with her, or did I not move that over?
yeah, we're back at camp.
But before you were in a scene with her, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Sorry. Because sometimes I activate, and sometimes I view on accident, and so
You can see it. That's what I thought happened because your little T icon up by logging camp went away because I think you probably were on that other slide.
yeah. Okay. But you could see that other slide.
Yep.
Okay. So you wake up and you got a decision to make. It's moving on to midday. You do eat your food, so go ahead and subtract one ration. I'm gonna have to come up with a macro to just do that. So
What's the closest settlement to here?
Floodmere,
Where the loggers.
where you came from, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's 2 days away. There's nothing really that close otherwise.
Just
Yeah,
as long as the loggers came from Floodmere, that's
yeah,
all.
yeah. They came from Floodmere. There is another place that's north of Witherwood, called Green Gift, but it is further, probably 4 days away on the north side of the Witherwood. But you're pretty far away from that. And then there is another place called Riverbend, on the northwest side that's closer to the outskirts of Witherwood. But right now, all you have to worry about is Floodmere. There's nothing else that you're close enough to deal with.
Cinderheart would kind of speak up. Well, we either stay and fight and do our bounty, or we go back and tell them to find somewhere else to log. I was hoping for an agreement, but we shall not get it. Both sides will be greedy.
I have little desire to get involved in this fight, but I must admit I'm all but out of money. And that is a powerful incentive to do what needs to be done.
You hear as you're talking, you hear this flute playing, kind of right in the middle of camp, right on top of the logs is where it's kind of coming from. And then slowly you see the flute shows, and then you see the brownie playing it. He's just sitting on the log playing the flute, and he was invisible, it appears. And he just pops up right in front of everybody.
Ah! A brownie.
I am
Have you-
Talofin, if you wish to know my name. He stops playing his flute.
Greetings to you, Telephone.
Devilry is this? You come among us without so much as a sign. At least, previously you crept in under torchlight.
Oh, I've been here for a while you all slept. Could have gutted you if I wanted. But I did hear something that you said. He looks to Cinderheart. These men, they will come. I agree. I wish to try to do something to stop that. And if that means I need to make some sort of deal for my mistress on her behalf, even though she may be unawares, I shall do it. What would we need to do?
Well, humans need lumber, logs, for buildings, fires, cook their food, provide warmth for them in cold days and wet days. They do a lot with the bounties here of the forest. No different than if I was to go through and pick a bunch of mushrooms and acorns. I could do a lot with that as well, and I am still taking from it. What we need to do is figure out what can be sacrificed in order for the humans, and what the humans can give in return for it. See, if you were to start your own, well, you have a queen. She could have claimed the domain. Trade could have happened. The weak trees could have been delivered to the humans, and in return, well, they offer gold, but I don't know if that's worth anything other than hiring mercenaries, which you could do as well to defend your borders. Because humans are greedy. The ones you make a deal with may not be the ones that come later and want to take from you. You have to treat it like a kingdom.
Perhaps you can... Well, the way I see it is that each side must offer something that's of interest to the other. So, what's of interest to you is to be able to preserve your lands. You may not be able to preserve all of them, but if you can preserve the core, that is much better than being overrun by the humans. And the humans, they would love to log all of this, but perhaps if you were to give them you were to bring them the fallen logs, that they did not have to collect them themselves, but just gather them here from what you bring them, then it is easier for them. And many humans are lazy.
Right. That, and you can outcompete them. If you supply more logs than they need, there is no worth in coming out here and logging.
Perhaps. Who will take these logs for us?
Yeah. That you'd have to hire a trader, or perhaps, I don't know if you can muster the manpower, put wagons to road.
We do not deal in such things.
Well, no.
What should I do? Send a Spriggan to this place? No, you must take them for us.
We can do this as a one-off, but we can't stay here to do this.
Well, perhaps we can make an arrangement. Since you are trading logs into town, we'd find some haulers. They could pay from that.
Whatever
And
it
if any of
is
them
you need to
started-
do.
And they would have to enter the woods in small numbers, and if any of them misbehaved, well then, there would be penalties for that.
Yeah, but not wolf maulings.
The trouble
Then-
is, though, if they have to collect the trees themselves, it's easier for them to cut them here on the outskirts of the forest. You would have to find a way to bring them the trees, or there is no incentive for them. Perhaps your warg friends could drag the trees.
We could bring them out here, perhaps.
Hmm.
Yes, they will pay a price. They will stay far away from our woods, and they will pay the unseen price. Worry not about this. Yes, yes.
Yes, that could work. We need a few carts, a few oxen, and they could take payment for all their troubles through the sale of the logs themselves. And then we just have to broker a peace between you to the humans not to go and harvest the logs
Could
in the
I
woods.
could I make a myths and legends roll for pay the unseen price?
Sure, with 2 banes. It's
Okay.
not something that probably you would
Out
have.
of system.
Yeah,
Yeah, so 1 bane then.
Bane. Okay. Oh, I did it. Just.
Yeah, you know that sometimes brownies collect children in settlements, particularly orphan children
Oh.
too, and they're kind of slowly over time they become brownies. Yeah.
So they're saying that they also have to supply children, or would that be the penalty?
You're not sure.
Yeah.
And yeah.
He just kind of started rambling about it. He didn't really say it in any context other than kind of like, yes, that's a good idea, that sort of thing.
And Eredwin looks across at Cinderheart and then says in Elvish to Talafin, any activity you performed among the humans would be outside of this deal. That would be performed at your own risk. Humans would never agree to that.
Yes, it is my agreement with myself.
And if the humans were to discover it, well, then your life might be forfeit.
Oh, I worry not about such things.
And
And s-
Eredwin looks across at Cinderheart and just kind of shrugs.
They don't understand yet, cousin. They have not been with the humans long enough. If a human catches you doing what you think you were going to do, they will burn these forests. There is no question.
Worry not about these forests. You have brokered your deal. Go back to your human masters and tell them
that logs will be pushed here, and they can collect them once a month, every 30 cycles of the sun.
And Cinderheart will look at everybody and look at Telefin. What the idea is that you need to give them more than they can take. So be sure there's quite a bit. Every dead oak should be held out here. Every pine, dead pine.
The curse,
Flood.
yes, the curse has made many logs fall. Many of the Queen's friends, yes, they have fallen to this sickness. There would be plenty. Were it
I'm
not,
sad
were
to
it
hear
not.
it.
Perfect then. Then we have an accord.
He starts playing his flute and disappears.
Cinderheart will look around. Well, boys, we're getting into the transport business. We hire haulers. They come and take the logs. Back to town they go. Sell the logs. They take payment from. We pay them. And we have to tell them that we own this land or something of the sort. I don't know how to stop them. But in the end, we cornered the market. It won't be worthwhile for them to come out here and seek. And we tell them that the woods, they will not take easy to encroachment. And we discourage them as much as possible, I guess.
Right, and this means they don't have to live out here, merely come out here once a month and collect free gathered wood. I'm hoping that they will find this appealing.
Well, we work a deal with the the woodsmen. They'll get the payment for all this as well. I would think. Maybe perhaps they could come out and collect it, as long as we tell them to stay away from the woods. If they must chop down trees, do it elsewhere.
I wonder if our employer will agree to this.
Wasn't it just to bite off the wolves? Do we have any evidence that we have? How will we get paid?
We burned them to ashes, and we made a deal that they can collect the logs from the center of the camp.
We made a deal with who? We're going to tell them that we made a deal with a wood lady?
With the owners of the land.
They will say they're the owners of the land.
Well, there's ways we can deal with that. May not be pleasant, but we just take the wood ourselves. They'll be out of business in no time. They'll have to find a new line of work. Or they can agree and keep selling logs.
Aye, this was not mere wolves. This is the Dryad who protects these lands. They will buy themselves more than wolves if they come this way. If we'd have dealt with the wolves, well, that would have only been the start of things. So.
Yep, and if they get into the woods, that is how it was before. The Dryad would kill them.
And if they try to not pay us, why? Well, we'll just tell them that, we can tell the Dryad where to find them.
Yeah. We could pull in together. They owe us money. We got rid of the wolves. We burnt them to a quist, sent them flying. We stayed out here an extra night, and we're unmolested.
As far as I am concerned, they gave us a problem to solve, and we solved it. Our hands are clean of this matter. If they refuse to pay us, then I will crush their heads.
There'll be a change of ownership, that is for sure. I don't take kindly to being ripped off. Neither does good old Yusan, as you could tell. He'll crush their heads like a melon in his... Yeah, it could be pretty gory, I would guess. I've seen him smush food before.
Perhaps we should be back on the road. Put this place behind us. Not really, got to say, I have the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have some warm food and dry roofs.
Still fucking raining.
Yeah, one day we'll have to look into that. Today's not that day.
I agree. We have solved the problem, even if it was in an unconventional manner. They should pay us, and as long as they stay true to the terms we give them, they won't have any issues moving forward.
And if not, we buy carts. We hire people, they come out and collect the wood, we sell them. And they go out of business. It's really easy.
Well, no one said we couldn't compete with the loggers. If you're in for starting a business, I guess.
Well, we wouldn't take part in it. There's too many things to see in this world. People that live in Froggy Bottom...
Foggy Bottom Boys. Floodbeer.
Floodbeer. They need to work. They'll work for us just the same.
I agree. I did not walk all this way to work so hard at a logging camp. There would be little to no downtime.
But it'd only be once a month.
At any rate, let us tread back to Floodmere. My
Yes.
belly yearns for something beyond these rations, for they are dry and do not satisfy one such as myself.
I do need the comfort of a nice warm room and some warm food to go with it. The Queen of Thorns, did she say anything about me?
I don't know if you want that relationship, my friend. She is made of sticks.
She might have included you amongst her curses on humans in general. I don't know if that counts, old boy.
We'll send you out here once a month to collect the wood. Perhaps you could strike up conversation.
Oh, no.
Bastian, if you're that hard up, just see Julia when you get back, eh?
Ah, yes, the comfort of Julia. One I shall not seek. If I am to seek a woman, it will not be her.
I don't think so, no.
I'm sure there's some other woman in town that you could woo with your southern charm.
Oh,
She almost seems
still-
bitter. This is like a hint of bitterness in her voice, almost.
Does Sebastian notice that?
Why don't you roll a? There's not a really good awareness. Go ahead and give me awareness. Yeah. Nah. Well, you can push it and see.
I'll push it.
You're good.
Yeah, just hit push roll. Yeah, you're oblivious. You're oblivious to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He's like, I have yet to see the one as beautiful as they are in my country.
Yeah, she bites her bottom lip and says, I'll start packing up the tents. And she just turns around and goes off and starts
Think
doing
now,
that.
Bastion. Now that we have some coin in our pockets, we don't have to stay in Floodmere anymore. Our travels can take us to far, strange, and mysterious places, full of wonder and riches.
As you say that, Yusin, in the sky, something like almost cast a huge shadow over the camp. And as you all look up, you see this flying beast, huge creature. It is long,
it doesn't match any description of a dragon, and obviously Cinderheart. You're clearly able to determine that. Are you not on this screen?
No, nobody is.
Oh, I think you just got cut out somehow here. Because everybody else is. Anyway, so there is this huge beast with wings flaps overhead, way overhead, and it just kind of goes from probably north to northwest to southeast, and just kind of flies over, and you just hear the beating of these wings as everybody kind of stares up.
And all the seven hells, what the hell is that?
I've never seen such a beast.
It flies to Ugarth, a foul creature.
By the gods, he says as he kind of looks up in awe.
And as you see it pass overhead and just kind of keep going, it doesn't notice you at all as far as you can tell. Yeah, that's where we'll end it. Sorry for the kind of anticlimactic session. You wanted to talk your way out of it. No. So yeah, they're gone. It's gone, and that's where we'll stop. We won't go with. We'll just hand wave the travel. So.
Another line of income is not anticlimactic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's survival for Erdwin.
Can I make that cheddar?
I gotta figure out what's up with your token. Why it's going.
I was
bonkers.
holier than thou. I was like,
Yeah, you were like, ah.
Look at me, I'm on my great lightness.
Yeah. Remove 2 rations, by the way.
Another two.